4 months ago, Katie was working as a waitress. However, after a robbery incident forced the restaurant to temporarily shut down, she took a job as a housekeeper for an elderly millionaire. Her husband, Xiaohei, was unemployed, and with multiple loan payments looming, Katie was under immense pressure. Xiaohei went to numerous job interviews but kept getting rejected. The elderly millionaire, after learning about their struggles, wanted to help financially. However, Katie declined his monetary aid and instead asked if he could help her husband find a job. Thus, Xiaohei was also hired to work at the millionaire's house as a gardener. One day, a man claiming to be a real estate agent came knocking, saying that one of his clients was interested in buying the house. Katie knew that the elderly man would never sell the home he had lived in all his life, so she immediately rejected the offer. Soon after, she received her monthly salary, but the amount was shockingly large, far exceeding what she was supposed to get. Katie considered calling the old man to return the check, but that very day was the deadline for their loan repayment. Xiaohei suggested that they use the money to pay off the debt first and return it to the old man the next day. Katie hesitated but ultimately agreed. The next morning, the couple went to work as usual. Katie prepared breakfast and brought it to the elderly man, only to find that he had passed away. She was devastated. While sorting through his belongings, Xiaohei discovered a stash of cash. He was tempted to keep it, but Katie stopped him, insisting that it was the wrong thing to do. However, Xiaohei argued that since the money wasn't officially recorded, it would likely be confiscated and end up in the pockets of corrupt officials. After some hesitation, Katie decided not to inform the police and planned to handle the money carefully. Later, without telling Katie, Xiaohei sneaked back into the house to count the money. Suddenly, the sound of shattering glass startled him. He rushed outside to check, but before he could react, a mysterious figure struck him from behind, knocking him unconscious. Sometime later, the ringing of his phone woke him up. Katie arrived and scolded him for sneaking in and touching the money. However, Xiaohei insisted that if not for him, they wouldn't have discovered that someone else also knew about the stash. Katie began to suspect that it was the gardener who had worked for the old man before Xiaohei. Realizing that the place was no longer safe, they decided to store the money in a bank's safe deposit box, unbeknownst to them. Their every move was being closely watched by the so-called real estate agent.